What's going on, everyone? So, a lot of centers are becoming available and potentially on the trade market. And one center in particular that I want to talk about in this video is Clint Capela. So, the Atlanta Hawks are looking to move off of Clint Capela, that they want to trade Clint Capela, probably because they're going to draft like a Clegan or a Sar, right? So, probably going to take their big man of now the future. So, they very well might do well to trade Clint Capela. I don't think Clint Capela is going to have a huge market, in particular because of his contract, right? Like, he's making $20 million a year. He's not worth that. Now, he's not making $20 million a year over the next 5 years, which is good, right? He's expiring, so you could bring him on. If it works out, you can give him a new contract, or go and just kind of let him go, whatever. It's not a big deal, and kind of clear salary off your books if you wanted to. But Clint Capela, he's still young enough to have a couple years in this league. He kind of solves a lot of what the Lakers need, right? Have him good size, somebody that can bang down low, doesn't really stretch the floor, but he's one of the better, if not arguably the best offensive rebounders in the league. So all the second chance points and opportunities that you'd give the Lakers, he's just a good rebounder, period. A guy that can go get you a bucket, right? Like he's basically a walking triple-double, right? He's a guy that can give you that, block some shots, play some defense, right? Him slotted alongside Anthony Davis. Good luck scoring inside, right? Because he still is a guy that can block shots and rebound and do all the things that the Lakers need. I really do like the idea of Clint Capela. It just makes things difficult because of his contract, right? Like his contract, it's like, are you really trading like Rui, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and like a first or something for him, right? Like probably not. But I don't hate the idea of bringing in Clint Capela if he's an add-on. Right? So if he's an addition, then I'm all for it. So if you could trade for, say, Dejounte Murray and get Clint Capela as a side piece, an additional piece, then I don't really hate the idea, right? It solves basically two of your biggest needs: athleticism, playmaking, scoring, and just versatility out on the perimeter and at the guard position, and then gives you a legit, center that can rebound, block shots, defend, slot alongside Anthony Davis, back up Anthony Davis, however you want to approach it. Like I said, he'd be a good expiring contract that you could then re-sign, right? So, say it works out. You could re-sign him next year for maybe 4 years, $10 million, right? And save yourself, $10 million on the back end, right? So it could make sense. You maybe shed some salary long-term, as well as, kind of give you that center that could play alongside as you kind of continue to grow and develop guys, right? So even if you were to draft, say, a Zach Edey or a Ware or something like that, right? Although Zach Edey, I think, is a guy that could help immediately. Like Zach Edey is a guy I think could help right out the gate, but is he the guy that you're starting right out the gate, right? Like you could go Clint Capela and Anthony Davis. My concern is LeBron. Right? Is LeBron willing to play anything other than the four? Right? The reason, a lot of people want Anthony Davis to slide to the four, which is his natural position. But it's not really because of Anthony Davis. It's LeBron, right? LeBron is the guy that's the four. At this stage of his career, he likes playing the four because he gets to kind of just coast and hang back. Takes a lot of pressure off of him on the defense side of things, where if he's playing the three, he's got to chase around perimeter guys, these young, quicker, twitchier, athletic type wings. It's a lot to wear and tear down on his body. But JJ Redick wants to kind of implement specific offensive and defensive structure, right? He wants LeBron to play off ball more, right? Could JJ, if anyone could convince LeBron to play off ball more and maybe slide back over to the three, or on defense play the four, right? But on offense you're playing the three, and they kind of just work out some hybrid. Maybe Anthony Davis is the guy that's standing out in the perimeter, or they're running some hybrid type defense or something. There's options there, right? And I think JJ Redick's a guy that's smart enough to kind of figure that out. I think he's one of the few people that could get LeBron to make that adjustment. So to me, if you could convince LeBron to make that adjustment, I like the idea of Clint Capela at the five. If you could do something where it's say Dejounte Murray, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Clint Capela as your starting five, it's a pretty good starting five to me. You got good size, you got rebounding, you got shot blocking, you got versatility, right? if Austin Reeves especially could kind of be closer to the defense he was in the playoffs. He was terrible during the regular season. He was actually pretty good in the postseason, right? Can he at least be serviceable? Can Dejounte Murray kind of get back to, and maybe not even full, but like some version of that all defensive Dejounte Murray? Now, if you could do something like that, and then now you have your front court who are 2 7-footers that can block shots. LeBron's kind of playing out on the perimeter, and you got Dejounte Murray and Austin Reeves kind of chasing guys around. Like, that could go a long way. I actually kind of like that. I think it's got a nice balance of size and versatility. Hopefully Austin Reeves kind of get back to shooting 40% again. That would go a long way. So, the question, though, in the starting lineup would be things like shooting, right? Dejounte Murray can shoot, but he's not like a great elite shooter. He's good enough, but he's not like this elite shooter. So it's like, you're really counting on LeBron shooting 40% again, and then Reeves shooting 40%, because Clint Capela is giving you nothing from three-point range. Anthony Davis is probably not giving you much from three-point range. Dejounte Murray, like I said, is about league average, a little better than league average, right? So my concern would be the three-point shooting and the lack of offense, right, from the perimeter. But you kind of trade things and you kind of tweak and make adjustments, right? And again, if LeBron can shoot 40% again or close, let's say 38%, if LeBron can stay around 38% and Austin Reeves get back to 40%, then I think you're fine, right? Because between LeBron and Reeves, you got tons of shooting, and then Dejounte Murray gives you some shooting. Anthony Davis, he can knock out, or, to not super consistent, but he's at least, you have to challenge it, right? Like, he can knock it down on occasion. Right, so, I don't mind something like that. It also just depends on the offensive schemes that J.J. Redick wants to run. Does he want to run some kind of 5-out system? Or is he okay with, a Clint Capela kind of clogging the paint a little bit? Right, because, again, Clint Capela's not really going to give you any floor spacing. If Clint Capela is kind of willing to take a backup role and play a backup role, well, then, in that case, then I think it's fine, right? Because you go Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and then whomever else out on the perimeter, and then, say Dejounte Murray, Austin Reeves, and, I don't know, Jared Vanderbilt or something, right? Like, maybe go something like that, and then kind of play the offense that you want, and then off the bench kind of bring in a Clint Capela. But then at that point, right, you're probably trading your 17th pick, because any center, are you going to take them and have them basically be the third big off the bench for the next few years? And then if that's the case, like, what's the point of Colin Castleton? It's the point of Christian Wood, although I prefer Christian Wood at the forward. If the Lakers end up trading Rui, I think he'd be even more valuable at the 4. But it's something that the Lakers are going to have to weigh. Again, Clint Capela would be towards the bottom of my list, right? Clint Capela would be more towards, like, I would rather get a more versatile center, right? I almost kind of lean towards, like, yeah, you might as well just get Zach Edey at that point, right? Because and kind of hope that maybe he can knock down the 3 ball with some level of efficiency. But he's a big body that I'm sure is going to help you rebound and stuff like that. And he's going to be a rookie that's coming in that's going to be more than happy to just be on an NBA court, let alone necessarily having to start. Like, I think he'd be fine coming off the bench, right? So there's like a couple things that you'd have to weigh there. But like if we got news tomorrow that the Lakers traded for Clint Capela and Dejounte Murray, then cool. To me, it's a home run. Now, if they're trading just for Clint Capela, then no. I think at that point, I'd rather you go get an Andre Drummond or Valanciunas, right? Like, because again, it's just like you're trading pieces that you could use to trade for other things to go get a guy that you could probably get, a lesser version of, but at a vet minimum in Andre Drummond, right? He still gives you the same level of rebounding, if not arguably better. And, he gives you the same type of like lob threat offense. He's not the shot blocker and defender that Clint Capela is, but he's also 20 times cheaper, or I guess 10 times cheaper, right? Like, so, now, like, again, you got to kind of weigh these things. So Clint Capela, again, isn't my favorite option, but, again, if he's kind of like we got Dejounte and Clint Capela, then fine. Sign me up. I'm totally on board for that. But Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Like the idea of bringing in a Clint Capela? Do you think like, yeah, go get him if he's an add-on? Would you be fine with the Lakers, potentially trading for him just straight up, like just Clint Capela? Or you kind of like me where it's like, if you're getting him in addition to Dejounte, right? Like, then sure, right? Kind of kill two birds with one stone, because, yeah, like another point in that is like, if you could do that, like, yes, you could go, no, it's fine, and then maybe go look elsewhere. But what happens if elsewhere doesn't work out? Right? Like, so to me, it's kind of like, do you just, like, if you could get both Clint Capela and Dejounte, do you just do it just to have your center locked up so you don't have to worry about it? And then that way you can kind of explore other options or, draft picks or, develop some of your young guys or whatever? Or do you take the risk and go, no, it's fine, let's just take Dejounte and then go and hope, you can sign a Valanciunas or, maybe you keep, maybe you draft Zach Edey or, various things, right? Like, it's definitely a question worth asking. But anyway, again, how you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.